everyone, this is Sheila and we're about to do a stretch body awareness class. Let's go over to the end of our mats here, and we're in kneeling position. We're going to put our toes underneath, and we're going to just push back and stretch out the lower legs there, rolling back, and come forward, getting a little stretch in the feet, and roll back. And as you move back, you're going to notice you get a little stretch in that lower spine. And come forward. We're going to take 2 more of these. Rolling back, press, stretching out those legs, rolling forward, coming through the toes, and one last time. Press back, good, and come forward. Excellent. Now we're going to put our feet down, and we're going to shift and bring the back leg forward. We've got a 90-degree angle here, and we're putting our weight on that knee. If that knee doesn't feel good to you, you might want to put a padding under it. And we're just going to press forward, so we're getting a little stretch through the hip there. And then we're going to press back, straighten that leg. We're not going to go all the way back, but we are sort of lowering our hips backwards and come forward. So we're pressing out this hip here. And come up. And now as we press out, we have a flat back holding from the hips. We get a little work on the front hamstring there. And press forward, shoulders are down. And press to the back. And we have one more. Come forward, press. Maybe get a little farther over. And come back and press back. Good, come on, right. Let's come to a neutral position here. Drop our hands down and then stretch out that back leg. And if you need to, you might want to inch that front foot forward. So we're getting, again, ankle, knee lining up. Back hip is getting a nice stretch there. Let's drop the knee down, toe releases, and press that hip forward. Curl the toe under and straighten. Repeat, bend down, toe releases, allow that hip go forward. And release, come up into your full lunge. Repeat 2 more times. Knee down, toe release. Allow that hip to sink to the floor. Curl up and stretch. And last one, drop down, toes release, hips go forward. Excellent. And toes come under and stretch. From here, bring the back arm forward. We're going to reach that front arm up, twist our spine. So we're reaching all the way up to the ceiling, still having that hip going down towards the floor. Good, feel that nice stretch. Reaching down and up, increasing the stretch in that hip area, little rotation in that spine, head goes up. Good, coming back down, release, drop back, bring the back foot in line, and let's go back to our first rock backward with our heels going into the floor. Press back and roll through. You're going to find that the leg that we've been working with to the back and roll forward is going to feel a little different than the other leg. And rock back, still stretching the heels out, feel that spine lengthening, roll forward, good, and last time, roll it to the back, press, and come forward. Now coming back into the hands and knees position, but we're going to switch and bring that front leg forward. Now we're going to press the hip forward. So now we feel that stretch with the back leg there. And come up, we're pressing our hips back, trying to fold right in the hip there, so we're getting stretch in the hamstring somewhat. And come forward, press those hips. Good. And press back. Excellent. 2 more. And press forward. Breathe. See how far forward you can get. And up, and all the way to the back. Maybe get a little more straight leg on this front leg. And one more. Coming forward. Press. And come up and press back. And there might be a little balancing issue happening from time to time. And let's come forward. Now we're going to go into a full lunge. Hands come forward. Slide that leg a little bit farther forward. Curl the toe under and press that back hip down. Legs are parallel here. And bend the knee, release the toe, and press that hip forward. Good. Toes under, press, and into your full lunge. Bend down, toes, and reach. Shoulders are down. And toes up into your lunge. And we have 2 more of those. And bend down, toe, and release. And toes up. Press, really feel that hip going down. And last time, knee down, toe, and release. Good. And toes under into your lunge. Front hand's coming to the inside. We're going to now twist and the upper body and reach that back hand up. So we're pressing down with the bottom hand, keeping the legs parallel, trying to twist against that parallel leg position with the upper body. Head goes up and feel the opening in that spine. Shoulders are really lengthening down and away from each other, and feel that bridge. Good. Come back into your position, knee down, toe release. Slide this leg back. Now we're going to go back into rolling with the heels down, but now we're going to straighten our legs up. Head stay down, and we're going to start to work on that hamstring. Hips are bent, right in that fold here. Front of the hips there. Shake that head, no. Shake the heads, yes. And now, once again, bend the knees down and come to your squat. Repeat. Heels go down, heads go down, hips go up. Maybe get a little bit stronger stretch there. Grab hold the elbows, drop the head through, and just hang. We're going to twist towards the front with that upper body, maintaining the legs as straight as you can. Twist and go to the other side. Repeat. Twist to the front, breathe, and twist and go to the back. So you're going to notice that as we continue to do this, this is kind of what we were just doing in our lunge with our upper spine, is that twist. And we have 1 more set. Twist and reach. Good. And twist and reach. Come back to your neutral position. Hands come down, bend, breathe. Let your head come up so the blood goes in the correct direction. And then once more, press down. Press the hips up, heads go down. We're going to bend this front leg. Bend it as the other one stays straight, so you can feel stretch that increases on this back leg. And come to straight both legs, and then reverse to the other side. We're going to take 4 complete sets of that. So here we go. We have the front leg bending. Try and let the head be very heavy, and you drop down more with that head. And change back leg. Repeat. And front leg, see if you can fold more from the hips there. Head is loose. And shift and change. Good. Let's take that once more. Shift and change. And shift and change. Come back to both straight legs. See if you can fold over a little bit more. Feeling that the spine and the head are heavy, and you're really folding from that head. And then once more, bend down and get your blood going in the opposite direction. We're going to take that one last time. So here we go. Press the heels down, hips go up, heads go down. And now let's bring our hands behind us. We're trying to fold our chest onto our thighs, bring the arms up behind us, and start to stretch out through that shoulder area. Head is loose, and we're breathing. Deep breath in. Let's take an exhalation, make a noise, and allow our bodies to float down, and make your arms to go a little bit farther back. Again, deep breath in, exhale, and release. Let's take 2 more. Breath in, and exhale. And last time, inhale, and exhale. Good. Release the arms, let the hands come down, bend the knees, and let's roll up through our spines. Nice and slowly, really working through each vertebra, coming upright. Let's take our legs and make them be a little bit more spread apart, so the feet are right underneath the hips. And let's take some swings. Here we go. Bend, drop, and lift. Bend, drop, and lift. 2 more. Bend, drop, and lift. And then down and lift. Now we're going to bend and let our hips come forward as we let our upper body drape back and the arms circle. Again, bend, push the hips forward, let the head go, drape, and come upright. 2 more. Bend, push, around, lift. Maybe you can exaggerate and extend the range of motion for that whole movement. And now we're gonna go into some squats. Hips go out, backs are straight. And lift, and bend, and up. Repeat, bend, and up, and bend. 4 more, and bend, lift, bend, up, breathe, bend, and lift, and bend, and up. Going back down 1 more time. Let's make our fists, and we're gonna pump 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep breathing. 5, 6, 7, 8 more. Breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And come upright. Good. From here, let's roll down with the head. Arms go out to the side. Rolling through the spine. Keeping the legs straight. If you need to, you can bend them, or try to go all the way down to that hip joint with the legs straight. And rolling up, engaging the abdominals. Coming up right. Lift, rolling through. Let's bring the arms up. We're going to flex the hands, keep the hips front, and twist and raise the arms one direction and the other direction. Come back with the back arm and push back the other arm to the back. Twist. Good. Coming forward. Bring the arms up and allow them to come down as you roll that head once again. Down, rolling through the spine. All the way. Once again, if you're aiming to have straight legs, but if you need to bend the knees, you can. Make sure that hip's loose at the bottom of that stretch. And then roll back up through the spine. Lift all the way up. And let's repeat that arm twist, hips stay front. Going to the back first, flex the hands, hips stay front. Twisting front and back with those arms, shoulders work front and back as well. Bring that back arm forward and shift to the other side. Keeping those hips front. Twist. Excellent. We're going to take 2 more sets of those. So let's bring the arms up, head can come up, and now as the head comes down and you roll through your spine, your arms are going down. Once again, rolling through that spine, grabbing all the abdominals, dropping in, hanging. Shake that head out a little bit. And then roll back up. Breathe through that spine, all the way up. Head comes up. Bring the arms up, twisting to the front with that flex. Again, anchor those hips front, really opening up through the arms and the shoulders there. And bring this back arm forward, keeping those hands flexed, pushing out. So you're trying to feel like you're pushing the air out, away with both hands. Twist and come front. Excellent. We have 1 more. Arms up, heads come up, arms go down, roll the head down. Breathe all the way down. Excellent. And breathe and hang. Let's bring our hands a little bit behind the feet. Try to get the elbows bent. And by just bending the elbows, you may find that your head goes down a little farther to increase that stretch. Take a deep breath in and then exhale. Enjoying the added range of motion. Hands come down, roll up through the spine. Good. Head's the last thing that comes up. Reach the arms up. Back arm is going to go out as you keep the hips front. Reaching those arms out, twist. And then coming forward with that arm, good. And then the other side, twist and reach. Excellent. Coming forward. Let's bring the arms up. And now we're going to arch down through the back. So we're arching all the way down. We're going to reach the arms forward as we lift the heads up and come up. Arching down. Again, if you need to have bent knees, you can. We're arching through the spine, dropping down, head drops, and then arms and legs come up first to get into that arch. We have 2 more. So we're really working on our spines, but also our hamstrings as we go down. Drop, let that head finally loosen up, and then reach out, pressing out, and lift. And we have 1 last one. Arch down, arch, all the way down. Good. Breathe Head is loose. And then reach out and come up and breathe. Excellent. Shaking it all up. Now we're going to take some forward steps and work again with the lower legs. So hands on your hips, take that front leg forward, and we're going to take it so that it's a little bit farther forward than you might ordinarily step. And we're going to bend forward, feeling the stretch in the back leg there. And then push through and flex. So again, we're working on the lower leg. Push through, bend, shift, and push through, bend, and flex. Good, 2 more. Press forward, bend, stretch, back leg, coming back, push, stretch front leg, and last time, push it forward, press, stretching out the back leg, and then push back, stretch, and flex. Good, come up right, bring the back leg to the front, and just notice what's happening. Maybe you feel a little different from one leg to the other, and let's take it to the other side. So a little bit wider than you would ordinarily take a step. Legs are parallel. And we're bending that front leg, stretch out that back leg. Pushing through and flex. Now for some of you, you may find that there's a little bit of a balance challenge going on as you shift from one leg to the other. That's pretty normal. Shoulders are down, press, and get that back heel down, and come forward, back, and lift. And last time, press it out. Stretch it out, excellent. And come back, and press. Good, coming up right. Let's bring that back leg to the front. Let's turn around, and we're going to repeat, but we're going to start working on a flat back position here. So again, let's take that front leg forward, a little wider than you ordinarily would, and now we're going to fold from the hips there. So we're going into a flat back, feeling the added stretch that we've added here on this hamstring. Good, and come upright. We're going to take 4 of those. Flat over. Good, and upright. Holding right from the hips. Flat over, tailbone to the top of the head, one line, and come up. And last one, flat over, breathe, and come upright. Good, bring the back leg up, come back to a neutral position, and then step that back leg forward. Remember, we're making it a little wider than you normally would, and then we're folding once again. And our weight is between the legs there, so we've got a flat back, really feeling a stretch on that front leg. And coming upright. And flat over. Breathe. And come upright. And again, you might find there's a little wobbling going on. Just breathe through it. Flat back. And come upright. And flat back. Good. And come upright. Back leg comes to front leg. Shake that out. And we're going to go back to this end of the mat, and we're going to have our legs in a rotated position. Heels will be on the mat, toes will be off the mat. We're going to take rotated out squats. So here we go. Knees go out. 1, and lift. And 2, and lift. And out. Breathe. Flat. 4 more. Breathe. Lift. And 6. Lift it up. And 7, lift it up, and 8, and lift, going back down, and we're going to have fists, and here we go, pump, 1, 2, 3, 4, keep going, 5, 6, 7, 8 more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and come on up, right, good, come to the end of your mat. And let's roll down once more from the top of the head. Here we go. Rolling down through the spine, through the legs. Let's walk out into a plank here. We're going to really hold on to the abs, and we're going to press the heels back to stretch out those lower legs. Roll forward onto the toes. Stretch them out. Rocking back. Breathe. And roll forward. Good. 2 more. Rock it back. Excellent. Roll forward. Last time. Rock it back. And roll forward. Good. Come to your neutral position. Let's drop the knees down. And then let's just press back into child's pose. Heads are down. Deep breaths. Letting go of any tension you might be feeling. And release. Good. Let's come back up to hands and knees. You might want to come a little farther to this far end of your mat here. I'm going to swing that front leg out. And we're going to take a rotating position. Again, heel goes towards the mat, toes go out, and then we're going to slide that back leg out a little bit more so that we can feel a stretch on that back hip there. And you'll also feel stretch on the inside and sort of the mid part of that thigh on this front leg that we've got bent there. Let's take the toes curling under. We've got another lunge here. Hip goes down. And then knee down, toe releases. And press the hip to the floor. Keeping that back hip parallel. Curl the toes under and press. Using your arms to help you get into that lunge. Knee down, toe releases, and allow the hip to go forward. 2 more. Release. Press. Strong line. And knee down, toe releases. And our last one. Curl it under and press. Reach. Good. And knee down, toe and release. Now we're going to press towards this front knee. And so if we're going on a diagonal position, you won't get much of a motion there. But now we're going to press back with that leg and go into a slight diagonal where the hip's going back with this leg straightening. So you're going to feel a stretch in the hamstring on that front leg there. Let's keep going forward and back on that diagonal line. So we're going forward and press back on that diagonal line. Now you're trying to keep that front foot pointed and press forward. Breathe. Opening up in the inside thighs, in the hip area, and press back, working on that hamstring. And as you continue to go back, you may find that this toe in front leaves the floor, but you want to maintain a pointed foot. Last time, press coming forward. Good. And press back on that diagonal and reach. Shoulders down, elbows may be bent. Good. Come back to your neutral position. Let's pull that leg back. Go back into a child's pose. And just notice how different the leg that we had in front feels compared to the leg that we had in back. Especially in this hip joint, that hip flexor area. Take a couple of deep breaths. And really release. And then let's come back up and let's set it up to the other side. So we've got that back leg coming, the heel is towards the mat, toe is out. We should be in a position where we get that back leg long enough so that you can really get a nice fold and stretch through that hip. But if you need to, you can push that leg farther back. And we're pressing that hip down. Curl the toe under, come into your lunge. Helping your arms feel strong, your feet in back feel strong, the leg is long. Knee down, toe releases and allow the hip to surrender to the floor there. So you're stretching through the front of that hip. Curl the toe under, press, and stretch out. Repeat, knee down, toe releases, and allow the hip to surrender to the floor. Curl the toe under, breathe, and stretch. Good. Long line. Knee down, toe releases, and we have one more. So we're going to curl the toe under, press, and stretch. Excellent. Let the knee come down, toe releases, and now we're going to press on diagonal line towards this front leg. And from this position, you won't feel like you're going very far. And then we're going to push back with the hips, straightening that front leg. And so our hips are going in a diagonal line. So you'll notice your hip will go to the outside of this dead knee here. You'll feel a stretch along the hamstring of this front leg. Foot is pointed. Press forward on that diagonal. You may feel that the second time you can get a little farther on that diagonal line. Press back, pressing the hips back, really lengthening through the front leg, feeling that stretch in the hamstring. Feet are pointed. We have 2 more sets. Coming forward, press on the diagonal line. Good. And press back, stretch. And again, you may be getting to the point where the leg is getting so long and you're pressing back so far that the toe comes off the floor, but the foot is still pointed. And last time, coming forward, breathe, stretch. And press it back, push, and lengthen. Elbows are bent, shoulders are down. Feel that nice long stretch on the hamstring there. And then come back to your neutral position, slide that leg behind, and press back into child's pose once again. And now let's roll up through the spine and come to an upright position. Let's work with the shoulders. Both shoulders go forward, lift, back, and down. Forward, lift, back, down. Forward, lift, back, down. Forward, lift, back. Reverse it and go to the back. Lift, front, down, back. Lift, front, and down. 2 more back. Lift, front, and down, and back. Lift, front, and down. Excellent. Let's come to the middle of the mat here. And we're going to be on our knees once again. So if you need pads, I hope you can shift them so that they'll be there. And we're coming up right. Now we're going to do a similar kind of stretch that we did at the beginning of class, but we're in a rotated position. So we're going to push our right leg out. We have a 90-degree angle here. And we've got a straight parallel leg there, and we're pushing through the hips. So we're now stretching the inside thigh, kind of like we did when the leg was on the diagonal from the lunge, but exaggerating it a little bit. And upright. And press out. And come up. We have 2 more. And pressing out. Good. And lift. And once more. Press it out. Feeling that stretch. And lift. Good. Let's bring that leg in and bring the other leg up. Make sure your position is correct. Keep this parallel and press out through that hip. Now you may find that one side feels a little bit easier to stretch than the other because we are not completely symmetrical. And straighten up due to structure, but also our habitual way of moving. And straightening up. And let's take that once more. And over. And come up. Good. Let's bring the legs together. Now we're going to open both of them out. You can lean over a little bit. And we're going to try and slide out there. So we're really opening up the inside of that hip area. And we're going to just stay in this position. Find a position that feels okay to you, even though it might feel like it's a deep stretch there. We're going to deepen that stretch by pressing that right hip forward, which slightly tilts us off to the left with our torso. And you may find that some things are shaking a little bit, but just relax, breathe, and release. Come back to center, and let's go to the other side. One side might feel easier to manipulate this way than the other. And come back to neutral position. Let's take it again. Right hip. I know I'm really feeling this, but each time we go back to center, we can ease off, and then we can go to the other side. And you may find that you've increased the stretch. You've got a little more range of motion. We're going to take 2 more sets. So hang in there. If you need to modify, please do. Central and press. You may notice on this 3rd set a big difference from how far you can go compared to that first time. Come back to neutral, breathe, and press and stretch. Way out there. Good. And release. And we have 1 more. Here we go. And right. And stretch. Really press out through that hip. Excellent. And release. And stretch. Left. And release. Good. Let's put our weight more on our hands. Slide those knees in. And just find a nice, comfortable way to sit. That was a lot for our legs. A lot. For the inside thigh. So let's go into some abdominal work, and then we'll get back into working with those hips. So our backs are straight. We've got the divine push out from underneath us, and curving into our C curve here. So we're engaging the abdominals. We've got that lower back nice and curved out to the back of the room. And let's just take some hands. So we're going to flex the hands, push through, and go into a fold down with those hands, and flex and fold down. The whole time we are holding onto the abdominals, and down and flex and down. Now we're going to flex, and we're going to bring that front elbow back as we stay in that C curve. Come forward and press. Back arm goes twisting to the back with that elbow bent, and front. Let your head go with you. And twist, knees stay right where they are, and front, and back, and front. Let's take it double time. So back, press front, back, press front, front arm, go front, and back to the front. Keep going. Front arm, and out, and back, and out, and front, and out, and back, and out. Bring hold of your hands onto your knees, roll up through the spine, and come to an upright position. And let's make some waves through our backs. So our lower backs are going way out, push through, and wave up. Press out, all the way back, and wave, and press through. And last one, roll it back, out, and wave, and press through. Good. We're going to roll all the way down. You can slide your hands along the legs, getting that lower back into the floor, dropping the legs down, the arms go out to the side. Just rock the hips side to side. Release that, and then let's just beat the thighs on the floor here. And release that, and then the foot drum, making your feet move the whole body just by its forward and back motion. Good, and release. Bring that front leg to the side, foot to the floor, knee to the ceiling, back leg bends, foot to the floor, knee to the ceiling. Stretch that spine out. Excellent. From here, we're going to bring that front leg up, and we're going to rotate it out, and we're going to flex the foot against the knee there, actually the back of the ankle there, and we're going to bring our hands behind our heads, clasp the fingers together, and from here, we're going to lift straight up and down with our heads, and we're using our abdominals here, and down. Lift them up, and down, and lift, and down. Now we're going to take a twist. Lift, twist that back elbow to the front knee, come to center, and down. And we're holding onto our abs the whole time. Twist, and center, and down. We've got two more. Lift, and twist, and center, and down. Lift it up, and twist, and center. Now we're going straight up in the twist. Up, and down, and lift, down. Third one, down, 4. We've got 4 more. Lift it up, and down, and lift, and down. Reach it up, and down, and lift, and down. Coming up right, let's do a little pulse here, keeping the lower back on the floor so we have elbow to knee. 2, 3, keep going, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Come back to neutral, come down. Let's bring that leg into our chest. Let's point that foot and flex the foot. Point the foot and flex. Point the foot and flex. Point the foot and flex. From here, hands go out. From this flex, we're going to drive out on a diagonal line so that your legs are parallel to the back one here. And come into the chest with the flexed foot. Drive it out and in. Drive it out and in. Drive it out and in. Now let's try and make that drive go straight up. Lift. So you get a little more stretch in that leg. And down. Stretch it up and down. 2 more. Lift and down. And lift and down. Good. Point the foot. Hug that knee into the chest. Allow the leg to go down along the floor. Flex that foot. And we're going to push the heel out as the hip moves with it. And release. And press it out. And release. Press it out. And release. And press it out. And release. Good. Relax that leg for a moment. Jiggle it out. And draw it to the side with that knee. Foot comes up. And then realign your spine. Notice if there's any difference in how this leg we worked with feels compared to the one we haven't worked with yet. Just check that out. And then let's bring that back leg up, flex the foot, lay that back of the ankle there onto the knee, and we're going to go back into our abs. The other side of this knee stays out. Hands come behind the neck, and once again, holding onto the abs, we come up and down, and lift, and down. Lift it up, and down, and lift. Now we're going to take a twist. So we have up, twist, elbow to the knee, to the center, and down, holding on to the abs, lift, and twist, and center. 2 more, lift it up, and twist, and center, and down. Last one, lift, and twist, and center, all the way up, 8 of them. 1, and down, and 2, and down. The 3, coming down, all the way up, and down. 4 more, lift it up, and down, and lift. 2 more, lift it up, and down, and lift. Coming back up one more time with a twist, and we have the pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, keep going. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center, coming down. We're going to hug that knee in. Let's point that foot in and flex. Foot flex, push through, point, and flex. Push through, point, flex it up. Push through, point, and flex. Push through, point, coming back into your flex. Hands go to the outside, driving on that diagonal line, pushing out to the heel. And come in, drive it out, and come in. 2 more, drive it out, way out, and in, drive it out, and in. Now we're going straight up to the top of the ceiling, reach, feel that extra stretch, and in, reaching out. We are holding onto our abdominals as we do this as well, and reach out, and in, reach it out, and in. Let's hug that in, point the foot once more, and slide that leg out. Let it come to the floor, flex that foot. Drive out through the heels of the hips tilting, and then release. We've got 3 more of those. Tilt, reach out, and release. Repeat, tilt it out, and release, and tilt it out, and release. Good. Let the foot come down, let the other leg come down, and let's just once again rock side to side. There. Through the hips. This time, let's bend the back leg, foot to the floor, knee to the ceiling, roll front leg to the side, foot to the floor, and here we go. Arms down at your side. We're going to roll up through the spine, so you might want to inch your toes a little bit closer to your derriere there. So from here, deep breath in, exhale, curl the spine underneath. So we're putting our tailbone up towards the sky as we roll onto the spine, slowly rolling up into a bridge. We feel the abs engage, rolling all the way up, coming up to as high as you can through those hips there. And you're going to notice your head, neck, and shoulders do move. And you start to engage those glutes. And that's what we're working on now, is we're going to start to really work on those glutes. So we're going to take some pulses upwards. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, keep going, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we're going to rock it. So we have the front foot, the hip going up, shift back hip, and front, and back, and front, and back, and front, and back. Neutral both. 1, 2, 3, 4 more, 5, 6, 7, rock it again. Start with the back hip, and front, and back, and front. 2 more, back, front, back, and front. Come to neutral position, press both hips up, and now let's slowly roll down through that spine. It's like we're pressing each vertebra into the floor, keeping a hold of the abs, and tilting the hips so we can get all the way down through the spine. Excellent. All the way down. Good. Nice and slow. You might find your legs shaking a little bit. Release, and then release the legs out. Okay, let's once again rock those hips side to side. So we did work those glutes somewhat. And come to a neutral position. Let's make our front leg bend, foot to the floor, knee to the ceiling, back leg to the side, knee to the ceiling. And I notice I'm sliding off my mat, so I'm going to go a little farther down. You might find that you move as we do some of this work here. So we're going to take some circles with the hips, starting with the front leg here. So we're going to lift the knee up to the chest, carry it to the side, opening up the inside thigh, maintaining the anchoring here with that knee up to the ceiling. Drop it down and out to the diagonal, straighten that leg out, and then come to a parallel position underneath you and lift up. Carry it to the side, really opening up through that hip. Drop it down, diagonal, and underneath. 2 more sets. Lift it up. Carry it to the side. Reaching it out on that diagonal, lengthening, and come underneath you. And one more time. Lift it up. Carry it to the side. Drop it to that diagonal. Good. And underneath you. Bringing that leg up. Let's take it to the other side. Knee comes to the chest. Carry it to the side. Keep that anchor here so you can really open up on the inside of that thigh. On the working leg, drop it to the diagonal and come underneath you. And lift it up. Knee to the chest. Carry it to the side. Feeling that circle that you're creating in the hip, inside of the hip. 2 more sets. Lift it up, carry it to the side, all the way to that diagonal. Drop it down, and we have 1 more on this side. Lift it up, carry it to the side. Drop it down, stretch to that diagonal and underneath you, and then bring the knee up. We're going to reverse this to the first side. So we're stretching out parallel. Rotate the leg as you go to the diagonal. Bend that knee, and then bring the knee to the chest. You are not rocking on the opposite hip. This whole anchor leg and hip stays nice and steady. Reaching it to the side, lift it into the chest. 2 more. Reach it out, carry it to the diagonal, opening it to the side, lift it up into the chest, and last one. Reach it out, carry it to the diagonal, to the side, bending it in, knee and foot down. Let's go right to the other side. Straight underneath you, rotate it out, bend that knee, maintaining the anchor here, bring that knee into the chest, reach it out, carry it to the diagonal, reaching it and bending it to the side, knee to the chest. 2 more sets. Reach it down, open it out, bend it to the side, knee to the chest, and last one, reach it out, good, to the diagonal, bend it to the side, knee to the chest, and neutral. Good. From here, let's get our feet so that they're touching on the inside there, and we'll rotate the legs out and lift our heels. So again, we're working on that stretch that we just created here. It might feel like it's pretty deep there. And let's take our hands, put them on the hip bones right there, and take a deep breath in. And exhale and slide the hands out to add a little more weight there. So we're really trying to open up. Excellent. And we're going to bring our legs up and bring them to the sides here. And we can shift our positions with our hands here. You could have your hands on your ankles and your elbows on the inside of the thighs there. And press with the elbows out and bring the ankles towards you to again stretch that whole area. Inside thigh. Good. Let's bring the knees into the chest. Grab a hold of the hands however you want to, here or here. If you can clasp in this direction, so you've got the knees in the crook of your elbows. That gives you a little bit more leverage. And just bring the knees into the chest. Stretching out what we've been contracting. And your lower back will get a little stretch there too. And let's bring the legs up. And let's just flex both feet. Push through the balls of the feet and toes. Toes come up and flex. Pressing the lower back into the floor. Balls of the feet, toes, toes. Flex. Repeat. Balls of feet, point, and toes and flex. Let's do that once more. Balls of the feet, point, and toes and flex. Let's circle. So we've got the big toe drawing a circle, and we've got your toes going to the inside together and then away from each other outside, and we're circling and really feeling that action in our ankles. Let's take one more circle here. And then we're going to switch it so that we're working with the little toes. So we go out and in. So we're going in the opposite direction. And notice if that changes anything for you in terms of stretch in your ankles. Here's our third one. We're going to do two more. Circling around. Good. And we have one more. Circle around. Excellent. Okay, come back to your neutral position. Let's bring the legs down. And we're going to just swing one leg individually up into a parallel bent knee position. So we're pointing the foot and swinging the leg up and down. Repeat, same leg. Lift and down. And lift and down and lift. Let's change legs. And up and down. And up and down. Point the foot up and down, and up, and down. Now we're going to stretch that front leg out, keep the back leg bent, and we're going to take the same thing but straight legs. So we're lifting up, and down, and lift, and down. Two more. Lift, and down, and up, and down. Bring that leg in, stretch the other one out as parallel, point the feet, lift, and down, and up, and down. Good. Lift, and down, and up, and down. We're going to take both knees bent, we're going to stretch them up, put your hands underneath, and we're going to push up into a plow position. If this feels like it's too advanced for you, find a way to stretch your spine out without doing a full plow. But if you can, let's go forward with it with me. So we're stretching the legs out, we're pressing with our hands here, and we're getting a stretch in our neck there. We're going to flex the feet and press out through the heels. So we're increasing that stretch through the spine. Abdominals are engaged. Pressing out through the heels. Now we're going to point the feet and bend the knees down. Press out, stretch, and straighten the legs. Bend the knees, allow the feet to fold and point. Exhale, press and stretch. Two more. Bend, feet, knees. Press out, stretch, lengthen through the legs. Last time. Bend, feet relax, and press, stretch, and flex. Good. Bring the hands behind you. Roll the hips back, point the feet, and grab hold of the legs and see if you can go slowly through the spine as you lower. And then when we come to straight legs up in the air, slightly bend them, little wing back with them, and then allow the legs to help you come to an upright position. Excellent. Okay, let's take a forward fold. We've been doing so many different things. Let's go back to one of our tried and true stretches. So get the divine flesh out from underneath you, feet are pointed. We've got the legs in parallel position, arms up. Lift, folding over. Now, this is kind of reminiscent of the plow we just did. We're just making the upper part of our body go over towards the legs. So heads are down. And of course, the hamstrings get more of a stretch in this particular forward fold motion. Let's take 4 breaths. Deep breath in. Exhale, inch the hands out, and lower the body down. Breath in. Exhale, and release. Third one, deep breath in. Exhale, see if you can inch the fingers out, shoulders are down, we're folding from the hips, letting that head be nice and loose. And last time, deep breath in. Exhale, reach, fingers go forward, heads go down, shoulders are relaxed, elbows are bent. And really feel the length that you're creating in not only the legs and the hamstring, but also along the spine. And then roll up through the spine, coming to an upright position. Good. Okay, let's work with the legs in a second position, but we'll do a little prep work by getting our legs out in diagonal and straighten the legs out. Again, we want to get the divine flesh out from underneath. Now we have done some stretching here. So it should feel pretty easy to do this. So we're flexing our feet. We're going to roll this hip forward and allow the upper body to twist. And we're going to really press that hip so we can get that spine to curve as well. We're trying to keep a straight leg here. So the knee will be off the floor, but we've got flexed position. And then come back, and we're going to rock and go to the other side. Roll. Now this leg is going to stay exactly upright. We're not twisting on this hip or this leg. And we'll let that hip come forward. Keep the knees straight. Let the upper body twist. Good. We're going to take this. So we have a set, 4 sets all together, and roll and twist. And this time, maybe you can get a little more spinal twist in that upper spine. You can use the hand on the floor to help give you some leverage to get that twist as the hip makes its rotation. Good. Let's take 2 more. Roll, hip, twist, upper body is going. And come back and take it to the other side. Breathe, twist, roll. Good, and we have 1 more. Roll it, breathe, and twist. And come back. And I just did a little chiropractic adjustment in my spine. You may find that happens to you as you do some of these exercises and warm up. Let that hip go, twist. Good, and release. Good. Bring those legs together and beat them out. Okay, making sure that you've got the right position for your legs here. Let's move into your wide position here, into second position. And we've got the divine flush out from underneath. And let's just take some nice side bends, reaching over. Now, we haven't done a whole lot of side bending with the torso. So let's bring the arm down, lift the arm up, and see if we can increase that side bend, making sure that that opposite hip stays on the floor. Good. And circle, lift up, and you may find yourself sliding down closer to this long leg here. We have 2 more. Circle, lift, up, and over. And last one. Circle, lift, up, and over. Good. Really lengthening out through that torso along the leg. Now we're going to twist. Bring this front hand down and back hand behind. Elbows down and drop the nose down towards the knee. If you can get both elbows on the floor, great. If that doesn't happen for you, that's fine. You go to the position that works for you. Remember that the opposite hip is staying on the floor and you're maintaining a rotation. Let's flex our feet out as we stay in this position. Feel the heels reaching away from each other. Push to that point and all the way through. Good. Repeat. Flex. Breathing. Push through and point. 2 more. Flex. Out through the heels. Push through and point. And last one. Flex out. And push through and point. Good. Facing the front once again. To the side there, reaching way out there. See if you can get a little added stretch there. And then hand comes down. We're going to undulate up through the spine and come to an upright position. Good. Let's go to the other side. Slide. Reach. Keeping both hips on the floor. We got this arm reaching out. Now this first time, you're not going to feel like you can get that far. But make sure that you got that opposite hip staying on the floor. Arm reaches up. Now we're going to lift the arm up. Swing it around, breathe, and reach it across. Breathe it up. Really lengthening through the arm, feeling the stretch, especially as you reach the arm over to increase that side bend in the spine. 2 more. Lift up, breathe, reach, and way out there. And we have 1 more. Lift it up, breathe, side, and stretch. How far out can you get? Good. Now front arm is going to come down in front of the leg. The back arm is going behind. We're going to aim towards getting our elbows down and our noses towards our knees. We've got both hips on the floor, both legs rotated out, and we feel the length of our torso going out over the leg. Working with the feet, flex out through the heels. Push through and point. Flex out.
Push through and point, dropping the shoulders down, trying to get the head closer to that leg. And flex. Push through, nose aims towards the knee or beyond. And flex. Push through and point. Good. Reach it to the side one more time. See how far out you can be. Nice long lengthening there. Good. Hand comes down, roll up through the spine. Excellent. Now we're going to take one more forward fold with our legs in second position. So dropping the head down, curving through the spine, sliding the hands out, going down towards the elbows, and then out as far as you can. Expanding the range of motion in the inside thighs there. Heads are relaxed. Shake that head out, shake the shoulders out, shake the hips out if you can. And from here, 4 deep breaths. Deep breath in. Exhale, reach the hands out, lengthening through the spine. Breath in. Exhale and reach. 2 more. Breath in. And breathe out. How far out can you get? And last time, breath in. And reach out. And then rolling up by walking your hands up, you're rolling through the spine, coming to an upright position. Good. And then let's gently bring the legs together. And let's rock side to side, just to ease out some of the strain you might have felt in the inside thigh there. Good. All right, let's point our feet. We're still in a straight leg position. We've got the divine flesh out from underneath. And let's take one more twist here. We've got your left hand coming up, and you're going to brace it against the right leg, twist the upper body, and we're going to slide down along that leg to increase the twist in the spine. We're going out as far as we can. Shoulders are going up to the ceiling, and the other one goes down to the floor. So you really do have a twist there. You may find you get more of a stretch in that hamstring. And down, and let's come up, and let's take it to the other side, arm up, breathing in, establish the twist first, feet are pointed, and we're sliding down. And again, one shoulder goes to the ceiling, the other goes down towards the floor. We're feeling that twist, we're feeling that added stretch on the hamstring there, on the left side, all the way down. Good. And let's come back up. Let's take that with a flexed foot, one in each direction, lift up, arm comes across, twist, slide, drive it down. All the way, nice and easy. Good. And come up, let's take it to the other side, lift up, twist it, and then slide. Enjoy the ease that you've created in your body. You've moved the body in many different ways today. All the way down. And come upright. Good. Folding the legs. Whatever leg you want to have in front, make sure the divine flesh is up from underneath you. And let's breathe our arms up, heads come up, holding the palms of your hands together, bring them to your heart chakra. And give thanks to yourself for taking this class and really opening up and expanding what your body can do. Have a great rest of the day.